So when was the last time you put on a pair of gloves, Robert?
Me? Last weekend when I went to Big Bear.
Yeah? Oh, you did?
Because it was cold.
Oh.
It was fucking cold.
Yeah, so you don't miss it at all, Robert?
Nah, I don't at all, man.
Wow. But if you put the gloves on, you can hit the bag and everything the same
I
way?
could probably, eh? ¿Se fue esto? ¿Se fue esto? ¿Pero nos dijo? ¿O está fuera? Para phone. What was that?
So you could go back and hit the bag and everything and feel the same way?
Well, I know I won't feel the same way, but I know how, you know, skills are never, they're always there. But yeah, I don't like to, I don't want to do it. Of course not. Shit, I'm 41. I retired at 26, so we're fucking talking 15 years ago. Holy shit.
When you put it in that, damn.
Yeah, 15 years ago was my last fight, 2001. It was September.
I was 11 years old.
You were 11?
So you don't go back and watch your fights, Robert, at all?
Not really, but the other day, Pita was that my dad's watching them because my dad has them. I don't have them. Damn. My dad has my pro debut and everything on VHS.
Oh,
it's the video that Pita put up on his Instagram. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I don't think I did.
Watch.
And Pita was over there watching, so he got a few videos of my first.
A little better my distance.
You gotta use it more. You gotta use it more.
That's what
Can I put it sideways?
No, not on this one.
Wow. I could fight, bro. There's more
You
videos.
can find a little bit.
There's more videos. There's more videos. My dad has a lot of my fights.
I think I can get it. I think I can get it and make it bigger. Hold on.
My dad has a lot of my fights.
So Robert,
I don't really watch them.
So as far as the next generation of the bloodline for you guys, does it continue or does it stop? Like how do you
Like what?
like your kids? Like do you push them to do it or you don't?
Well, they're both, you know, my oldest, Pita and Payo, they're into it. Pita's right now, he's in New York.
Yeah.
He's got to fight Wednesday.
Yeah. But like as far as actually competing and fighting.
No, I don't want them to. No. Pita fought. Pita had 4 amateur fights. 4. Pita had 4 amateur fights. 3 or 4, something like that. No, he had like 3 or 4 amateur fights when he was 8.
Wow.
I made him.
And what, did he like it?
I made him do it. No, that's why he's not doing it. I made him do it, and not because I wanted him to be a boxer. I just made him do it so he could know what I was doing when I was his age. When I was his age, I was actually 5. How old is Ryu? 4. At 4, my dad already had me in the fucking gym. My dad, because my first fight was when I was 5.
That's what Mikey told me too. That's when he started fighting.
My first fight was when I was 5 years old. So I wanted Pita to do what I did when I was his age, and 4 fights, and then after that I said, "You want to do it or that?" He's like, "Nah, I don't want to do it." So I didn't force him to do it. I just made him do soccer and other stuff. But I just wanted him to learn what I did when I was his age. Then this other like Payo, you know, I never made him fight or anything. So that was my first one. Pita was the only one I tried it with.
Wow. But are you happy your dad pushed you, Robert, to do it?
Well, you know what? If it would have been for my dad pushing me like that, or even pushing me during my professional career, because my dad was that type of the old school coaches that I was already a professional fighter when I was in high school.
Oh wow!
I turned pro in the summer of my junior and senior year.
Junior leading into senior year.
Yeah, junior going into senior. So I was a junior pretty much. I graduated in June, and in July I turned pro. I mean, I'm no, 11th year I finished my junior year in June, and then I turned pro in July, and then in September I went to senior year.
Yeah.
I had like 6 fights my senior year. So check this out. So I didn't do prom. I didn't do none of that good stuff that seniors do. Because every time my dad knew I get out of school at 3. So we lived like 10 minutes away from school. So if I wasn't there from at 3:10, he would literally kick my ass. I would get my ass kicked. I would get my ass kicked. There was times when I was. You know, fucking, I had a girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
So fuck, I had to like walk her home, and then I would fucking run to try to make it on time. And there was times when my dad would be right there on the sidewalk waiting for me.
You'd be running.
And I get home and I swear to God, I'm not bullshitting. If he didn't give a fuck who's seen or anything, my dad would fucking boom, smack me in my back. Boom, get ready to go to the gym because I was like 10 minutes late or something. Wow. Oh, my dad was hard. And then Big Bear, fucking every time I fought was in we had to train in Big Bear. So most of my life was in Big Bear, man. After I graduated, after that, it was Big Bear. So I didn't really get to see, like, Pita and Payo they were little when I was still boxing. I didn't really get to enjoy more, like, the father thing, you know. That's probably why Payo don't even call me dad.
What do you call him?
He calls me Robert.
I call him Pa.
No, he calls me Robert. You know what I mean?
I call Mom Carla all the time.
But it's more, but honestly, I don't regret it. Because I missed out on all that.
Yeah.
My kids being, growing up.
Because you're always fighting in camp.
Because I was fighting, I was always in camp. But I don't regret it because if it wasn't for that, for my dad being that, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now. The fights that I had were also good experience for me for now against my fighters. Now I use it with my fighters. Now I know how to work the corner better. Maybe that's one thing. When I was fighting, that's one thing my dad lacked. That experience, that knowledge in the ring from somebody that did it before, somebody that fought.
Yeah.
So if I didn't retire at 26, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now as a trainer, or wouldn't know what I know, wouldn't have what I have.
Robert, so you think there's two types of fighters: the fighters that get pushed into it, and the fighters that look for it. Like I know Fernando Vargas looked for it. He used to do it.
Yeah.
Is it two different type of people all the time in the sport?
Yeah, it is, because he loved doing it. He was 10 and he was running to the gym. And he lived from one side of the Oxnard to the gym. It was like at least 3 miles, right? From Oxnard College. Yeah, 3 to 4 miles. And he would run. We would see him running. Me and my dad, we were driving to the gym. We would see this kid running. Or sometimes riding a bike. We're like, my dad never paid attention to him at first. He never paid attention to Fernando until my dad and 3 other coaches that were right there in Corona, and there was 3 boxers, same age, same weight, and they were always training themselves. So my dad told the other coaches, let's each get one of these fighters and see who's the better trainer. So my dad says, you guys pick. So my dad let the guys pick.
And they didn't pick Fernando?
And both coaches didn't pick Fernando because Fernando was more like I don't know. There was times when Fernando was sparring and he would like turn his back because he didn't know how to fight.
Yeah.
Nobody was teaching him anything. So they probably thought he was scared, or he just didn't have it. So my dad's like, okay, you guys pick whichever one you guys want. So they each picked the other kids. Left Fernando
for your dad.
my dad, and look what my dad did with Fernando.
Wow.
Look at how far they made it.
Wow. So when you get into Robert, do you ever have fighters that want to do it and they just either the mentality is not there or the skill's not there and they're trying and it's just not coming out?
There's a lot of those that are I'll tell you one thing for sure. I know that was me in my last few fights. Even when I fought Casamayor, I went in that fight not with the mentality of winning. I went in that fight not giving a fuck. Fuck it, they're paying me good. I don't give a fuck. I just went in there and it was a title fight, and I actually was winning, but they didn't. You were not motivated. I wasn't motivated. I was more excited about fucking getting a nice payday and looking towards the end of my career. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck about that fight. I didn't care. When I lost my title to Corrales, wow, that shit hurt me.
That was a good fight too.
Yeah, it was a good fight. That shit really hurt me because I didn't think I was gonna lose, and that shit hurt me.
You know what's funny about that fight? When I saw
Casamayor, like after the fight, I didn't give a fuck. I was fucking happy just to see that fucking Adam Sandler was in the ring, man. You know what I mean? And Rob Schneider.
He walked to the corner, to the ropes, with Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider showing it out to us, like, hey, look, he's here, he's here.
Fuck, I had already got knocked out. You know what I mean? Because my mentality wasn't there.
You're already out.
If my mentality would have been like, fuck, I'm gonna win this fight, I want to win, I would have won in the 6th round when they took me to the doctor because of a headbutt.
Wow.
I could have said I can't see anymore, and I was ahead on points. So I would have won. I would have begun, but I didn't give a fuck. Instead, I told the doctor, I'm good. I could continue. That was stupid of me.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mentality wasn't there. I didn't give a fuck. My last fight, worse. I wanted to walk out of the ring when I was fighting. Like the 2nd round, I'm right there in the corner. My dad's giving me instructions. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? I was gonna get up and walk out of the ring. I swear to God, I was gonna do that. But it was in a Fernando undercard, so there was thousands of people at the Mandalay Bay. A lot of them from Oxnard, and a lot of them cheering for me, you know. So I finished the fight. I stopped him like in the fourth round, I think. Fourth round, I knocked him out. But I was gonna walk out of the ring, just quit.
So were you resentful with the sport, Robert? Like,
what?
Were you resentful? Like you didn't like the sport anymore? You were just tired of it?
I didn't.
So how did you come back to train? Like how did you find it?
Because I started, my dad was still running the Corona Boxing Club there. So I started like volunteering, helping out with the kids. Just with the kids. And then my dad told me, help me out, you know, try training some of my pros. And at that time, two of my, well, they're still good friends of mine, Felipe Campa and Arturo Barraza, Gonzo.
Yeah.
My dad says, you know, here, I'm gonna give you these two kids. You start, you know, getting them fights and everything. And I started getting them fights. You know, I already knew who the promoters were and all that, so I started getting the fights, and we started traveling. That's what I love. That's what I love. Traveling, because I traveled a lot. I went to Japan, to France, to name it. I went all over the world and all over the United States during my career, but I never enjoyed it. I was always making weight. After the fight, first thing in the morning, you fly back home. So I never enjoyed Japan, never enjoyed nothing. And when I started traveling with these guys, even though it was fucking like Felipe, to Northern California, to fucking, what's it called? Monterrey. He fought in Monterrey a couple times. Just the drive down the coast, not having to diet, fucking could be driving, drinking a soda, and then there, the people, it was just something that I'm like, fuck,
and no pressure to fight.
I love this shit.
And people still remembered him like so well from his boxing fights.
So damn, Robert, you know, the champ, Garcia. It was like so soon after my retirement that everybody still knew me as a fighter. So it was, I loved it. I loved the traveling. Then with Gonzo, we started, you know, from Oxnard. I remember one fight, Gonzo fight here at the San Jacinto, what's it called? The Soboba Casino. Mia St. John fought there too. That's when I was working with Mia St. John. And me, Felipe, and Gonzo were always together everywhere we go. And Genaro, Fats. So we go to the fight. Mia and Gonzo are gonna fight. Me and Felipe go out, have a good time. It was I just fell in love with it, bro. But it wasn't because of what I could do in boxing one day, have a world champion. That never came to my mind. It was just the traveling, the going out, the things that I didn't do, that I never did. Things that I never did. I started realizing like, fuck, this is fun. And that's how it started.